All right, folks, the stock market's on fire, but, you know, one of my favorite tech guys technical analysts on Wall Street, Sutton Meyer at Bank of America, brings up an interesting point. The advanced decline lines for the S&P 500 and the New York Stock Exchange are still trailing those exchanges themselves, and they have yet to confirm that move. Now, it could actually be good news because upon confirmation, typically that means it triggers more buying. More folks would join the party. I want to bring in Landsberg, Bennett Private Wealth Management CIO, Michael Landsberg. Michael, you know, listen, it's been a whirlwind. I just want to get your thoughts on just this market, the reaction to the election, and where things are now.
Charles, I think there's excitement in the election. Obviously, less regulation. It's going to be good for businesses. And we're going to look at making less red tape. I think that's positive. There's not going to be any crazy corporate gains taxes or capital gains taxes. Corporate taxes are not going to go up. So I think it's a positive. And people are, I think we're on the wrong side of this. A lot of people hedge their bets going into the election, and they found that they were behind the curve a little bit, and we've got this buying.
To that point, you know, we all who've been around for some time, we get to the point where we feel like maybe we pinch ourselves. Maybe we're too optimistic. Are we at the stage where we start to pinch ourselves yet?
I don't know about that yet. I think there's a lot of good fundamentals. I still think we have to be careful about there's certain asset classes and places you got to still look, and say, do I really want to be there? But there's a lot of good things here. There's a good tailwind, both on the S&P 500 names, on NASDAQ names, that I think you want to continue to ride.
I want to get your thoughts on small caps. I'm beginning mixed reactions to this. The chart is set up beautiful. Long-term, cup and handle, major breakout on volume, but we've had a lot of false starts there.
We've not been a fan of the Russell 2000 index for 3 years. In fact, actually, I think if we get another 10, 20 points higher, we'll get back to where we were Thanksgiving of 2021. So the index has been a bad place to be. I think a couple episodes ago when I was on with you, I talked about Bell Ring Brands, which is a name that does the protein and things for, we like selected names in the small cap world, but I think that's a headwind to go into. So why kind of go in there when there's a lot of tailwinds in NASDAQ and S&P names that are a lot easier for investors to make money in?
All right, so let's talk about some of those names because you've got a few that I went off the beaten path in the sense that they're not the hot stocks right now, which is where you want to be, right, before they get hot. Baker Hughes is one of those names.
Yeah, energy has been a lousy place to be for a while, and that's one of the reasons that we like it. But also, this is a company, 60% of their business is oil field. The other 40% is energy tech, which is basically making drilling, getting oil out of the ground more efficient, more profitable. We think EPS is going to grow 25+% over the next couple of years. And this is an administration that's been pro-energy. In fact, you heard the new head of the Senate say, we want to be energy dominant, not just energy independent. And this is a way to play that.
Yeah, I know you also like CRPT, and I've got a minute to go. I want to talk about Adobe having a really good session now. Earlier in the show, I talked about just more recently, feels like the software finally getting some of that spotlight. And these stocks, we know they can take off when they get hot.
They do it. And Adobe, to me, is an AI play that gets no love. I mean, all these other AI plays get lots and lots of loves, even before there's product or before there's earnings. Adobe has great products. They brought out Firefly, which is going to be their AI video, and they're the number one in video, whether it's Photoshop, their video cloud. So I think you're at an area where we're not having something that's already up 100%, and I'm coming on telling you, Charles, you should buy it now. It's already doubled. This is down for the year. Not a lot of AI names that are down for the year that I think that have some legs, but they've got a nice business around the AI, so it's not AI only. It's a satellite.
All right. Hey, people talk about how do you get the Grand Slams. You get them by getting in before everyone else. Michael, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No, my pleasure, Charles.
All right, folks, coming up, my take on